Um, my father was, again, I said at the top, he was a lot of things, but at the end of the day, he was he was an A1 father for me. I don't look at other men uh as like I respect everybody, but I just as far as taking knowledge and tutelage from other men, I am very specific with who I listen to and who I take in because the level of manhood and the level of respect, ethics, and morals that's been built into me through what I've gone through. It's just I don't look at everybody the same when it comes to that. I don't respect everybody the same. It is what it is, dog. Everybody's cool and everybody's great or whatever, but as far as like being my OG or my unc, don't. It's only one person that can call me their little brother. His name is John Brooks II. That's the only little brother who I am to anybody on this earth. And I have one father, John Brooks. So he was um he was a special man in so many ways. He had his faults, but he was also great in so many ways. And the greatest gift that he left was the gift of his children. Cause me, my brothers, and my sister are walking, talking miracles. I think everybody's a walking, talking miracle, but we all have our own specific miracles. And I didn't even talk about my sister, and I can get into that real quick and how we met in 2004. There was a. I'm not going to get into the situation of why she was adopted and into the foster system, but it was nothing my father could do about it. It was nothing he could do about it. So, with him knowing that, he wrote a letter that they said she couldn't read until she turned 18 years old as an adult. She read the letter, and a year after that, she found us in 2004. And it's been one of the biggest blessings in my life and our family's life is because my father always has said throughout our life, and I am not kidding. So he knew if a little girl ever comes knocking on the door, you might want to let her in. He said that throughout our whole life. And we thought, yeah, that's funny, but he was dead ass. And she came knocking on her birthday, my sister's 19th birthday, October 28th, 2004, is when or around that time is when we first met. First time we talked for 8 straight hours until the only reason we had to stop talking um is because I had to go to class at 8 a.m. Um but my father was everything, man. And one thing that brings me peace though, because it took me a long time, y'all. I was super duper depressed about family, about him. I like when my father died, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When my father died, that's when I feel like all of my holidays was dead and gone. They were already, you know, on a broken leg at that point because I don't have a whole bunch of family. But that when my father passed away, that's when I gave up on holidays, and I didn't look at them the same. I worked holidays. I didn't mind missing out. I didn't care. My father ain't here no more, and nothing was the same after that. My life was completely focused on accomplishing, graduating from college, and my career, future career. That is, because a year later in 2007, I'll get hired by Carter Broadcast Group, and I just take the death of my father and my internship at 103 as a way that my father saw that his second child was going to be taken care of. And people at Carter, they've taken care of me. They did. They've let me grow up because I've said some dumb things. I've done some dumb things, but they allowed me to grow up and be myself. And it's that place is always gonna be special to me for so many reasons. And I had to come to peace though with my father's death. And this is recent. This is within the past 8 months or so. And this is no offense to him, because this is what he will want. E- Every man wants their children to surpass them. That's that's the goal of fatherhood to me. Is to make your kids better than you. And that was my sole inspiration for really graduating from college. I'm of course getting out of Maryville and missing out on 103. I had to get up out of there. When I got hired, I had to leave Maryville. I had to come home. And so I took 20 hours of summer school in '07 and '08 because I needed like 100 some hours to graduate in 2007 when I got hired at the station. I was determined I was going to get up out of there. And I was determined I was going to graduate because my daddy he didn't get the job done. He didn't do it. And I had to do it before my grandmother passed away. So my grandmother, she got a chance to see me fulfill a dream and a promise that my father didn't, because she always wanted to see him walk the stage, but she didn't get to do that. But she saw me. And my mother, I remember her screaming out, "Brian, go Brian," when I walked. But my father not graduating was my sole inspiration for getting up out of there. And 103 and my own personal doing. Um, but yeah, I was taken care of, man. But every man wants their children to surpass them. And I got peace when I came to grips and came to terms that I surpassed my daddy a long time ago. It's no disrespect to him. It's not. It's what he will want. My younger brother Jared, he just got his master's from Northwest Missouri State, and we was on 59th and Spruce, dog, struggling, dog. We are all, me and my siblings, we're all walking, talking miracles, man. I'm telling you. From my brother, my older brother, and his cancer, and him being affected by it his entire life, and him recently having a couple strokes, and like we done been through it, y'all. We done been through it. But with the toughness and the discipline and the everything that my father taught us, manhood, respect, ethics, morals, just being a man, being a good person, all of those things that he taught us is what led to me and who I am today. He was the bedrock of who I am. So if you love me and what I've done, and you have no choice than to love him. And to all fathers, just know how important Your role is, dog, is of the utmost importance. Mother and father are equally important, but when a boy does not have his father, when a girl does not have her father, it shows and it permeates throughout their entire life in every single phase of their life. So if you're stuck right now trying to figure out what to do with your BM, what to do with your kid, if you haven't seen your kid, and it's the thing, it's never too late to reach out, dog. It's never. Just recognize who you are in people's lives. You gotta know who you are and how big of a deal and how influential everything you do is. The way you move, the way you talk, the way you smell, the way you eat, everything. That you're that big of a deal. I think if a lot more fathers knew that, then if they knew how important they were in these kids' lives, and I think that this problem we have with fatherless kids would disappear. And even if you're not in the best terms right now with your father or father figure, please reach out, man. Say something, do something, talk something. You never know, dog. You never know when's that last time. I didn't know that the last thing I was gonna say to my daddy was, all right. Or the last thing that he would say to me is, "Oh, you gonna go upstairs because Jared ain't here." Say something, man. But as I wrap up this pod, um, that's why fatherhood is so important to me. 'Cause it was a thing that structured and put my life together. And the fact that I had my father for the times that I had, man, it was life changing, man. So, keep your family together, be with your kids through everything. Support them, love them, discipline them, do whatever you can, dog, because you never know. You never know where these conversations could take your kids to. You never know how your influence could influence your kid to be the next great, whatever it is they want to be. A father is that important in every kid's life. Thank you all for listening to me. Thank you all for tapping into Brian's world. And thank you, Foolish Club Media for giving me this platform. So, that's the pod for this week. I know it's a little different. And I really just want to help people and encourage people to really, really, especially with Father's Day coming up, tap in with your fathers, father figures, kids, whatever. Tap in because it makes all the difference in the world. I will holla at y'all another time right here on Brian's World. But wherever you are on God's green earth, please be a blessing.